Geek, Citadel.
Welcome to Playing Games. This is King's Quest. I'm your host, Kevin Jones, and let's try to get right up into it. First, we got to do all the typical PC stuff. So let's check out what kind of settings we have here. Audio and video, all basic, no advanced settings. This is about all you get here. Resolution, VSync, full screen, not even Windows, like window borderless mode or nothing like that. All basic stuff. Clearly a console port. Controls, I'm using a controller at the moment, and you can switch back and forth between keyboard and controller with no problem. Gameplay, invert axis, etc, etc, and then credits, which we don't need to see. Okay, so let's get right into the game. For people that's unfamiliar with King's Quest, it's an old school adventure game, one of the first of its kind, graphical. You used to be able to type in whatever you wanted to do, like look at monkey on ground. But this is not a remake, but a different take on the the adventure genre. So we're pretty much going back into that kind of world. With here is our buddy Graham. The difference between this game though is that it's based off of the future Graham, who's an old man telling his story to his young
I've not been back there in years, but it was the last place
granddaughters.
left to look.
So if you ever seen Princess Diaries, in a way it's like that.
Wishes weren't the treasure I was after.
Of course, the voice actor here is Christopher Lloyd. You may know him from such things as Back to the Future. And he plays older Graham in this game. What I really like about this game is that they have this Disney-esque kind of graphical style.
It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
Nice animations. I mean, it's very cartoony, and I like that. Appeal. It has a cartoonish appeal to it. I like it. So this game doesn't really have any platforming or whatnot, but it mixes genres a little bit into the adventure genre. Like say here.
Contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened.
Now see here, we make a choice. This is how you would normally make a choice in King's Quest that would get you killed. So let's make the choice to see which one is right. And
that's what
he's
would have
dead.
happened if I turned the left switch. But since I am here telling this story, you already know that I pulled the right one.
So he's clearly telling the story through the mirror there. So there's no real death in this game because clearly he survived. But you can still make bad choices.
Pockets, barrels, butter churns, and beds were jammed into every nook and cranny of that cave. It all seems so familiar. Even though the bed was very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
You sure? I'm tired, man. Let me get a nap.
Wait. Hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind.
I think we all know the source of that deafening wind. Always some kind of big creature and make noises like that. Somebody clearly made a bed bridge. A bed bridge and a used desk, a table, all types of chairs.
Beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story.
Well, dragons are my favorite.
You want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to... My way to add a shinier hat to my collection.
This was I guess this is like a retelling of the classic quest from first game ever made in this series, where he goes off to search for that mirror.
I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
Did they?
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap. Then I used my cleverness to hide.
I'm not gonna hide, I'm just gonna show you what happens if you don't hide. And clearly the dragon comes up. And he's like, hey man, what are you doing here? And so, what?
And that's how I knew the dragon appreciated my good taste.
Grandpa, another pun?
Well, we are just getting started.
So anyway, you die, blah, 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 blah. But at least, you know, it's funny when you die. They try to pull you back into the moment. So we're gonna head straight back over here and yoink the chain.
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap. Then I used my cleverness to hide.
So, yep, remember that bed earlier? Yeah, that's what you use to hide in this game. Oh, poor dragon. Somebody shot him in his eyeball.
Luckily, that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers.
So even though the game is different, you still have like inventory where you can select an item. Although so far it doesn't happen often, but I guess it's just like a casual throwback to how the games used to be, where it was all about items. Oh, it's like a million items. Where does this go? Where does this go? I don't know. Hell, put it in this donkey's tail on his ass. I don't know.
Gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall.
Which fortunately is much better than that, because I've gone back and played the King's Quest games, and a lot of puzzles don't make any damn sense. I just don't know what the hell they're doing.
This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures.
There's a lot of just spamming on stuff until you got the right thing that you were supposed to get, because none of it really was like, oh, this goes to this goes to this. Luckily this game tends to fix that problem.
After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.
But the thing that changes this game so much is that it's no longer just adventure. Like there are puzzle elements, first-person shooter elements, like escape scenes and Dragon's Lair. Reminds me a lot of Dragon's Lair, at least in this part. You'll find out why. But I immediately had flashbacks to that game as soon as I started playing this. Go head out of here. Gotta run to the bed. Oh yeah, he's just still hiding behind the covers, even though he's behind the bedpost, bed frame. I am tired. I don't know why. Jeez. Oh! Don't eat me! I got a dragon suspicious. Hey, what was that noise? What was that? What was it? No, I'm gonna be stupid. I'm just gonna run over here and see what the dragon's all about. Hey, dragon! Oops. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh! What an asshole.
Right into a ferocious dragon's mouth.
I was just making sure you were still paying attention.
Ah, no, I gotta do all this shit again. I think I'm gonna just skip ahead for the video.
Whoever designed this trap thought they were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch.
Okay. Let's go look around and see what we can find. Ooh. Our buddy here. See, and then we have your first-person shooter moments. Which aren't so bad.
The mirror called out to me.
Come and get me, is what it said. But I wasn't listening.
A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive.
Who feeds this thing where it's just got like lines and lines of steak just waiting? Even has steak to waste. Do we have a heart attack on the Switch? He died like that. He must have been old or something. Let's So we lured the dragon away with some meat. Now we have to try to get down there real quick. Let's use the elevator. That's a nice fancy cape he has on there. Superman will be jealous. It's like video game stuff. Somebody's like, oh, even though I'm in danger, let me check out this item. Hey man, you stealing my mirror? Whoa, who was that? Is that a magic cape? It's pretty cool. Alright. And see, now we have the puzzle moments in the game. First person shooter mode. I'm using the controller with this, so you have to pardon my slow reactions to the ropes. The dragon just reaching for it. So here comes the Dragon's Lair moments I was speaking of earlier. You gotta try to quick time event your way through, try to survive. Yeah, what a hero! Remind me of like rides at Disneyland. Something I had to interact. And that's where the Disney spirit comes in a little bit, which I really, really like about this game. Cartoonish fun. Oh no! Oh, okay. I got it. Somehow I survived that. Oh, guess I'm running again. Run! Run, grab! And now we're avoiding bands that fall from the sky. Woo! Oh, hey, I just said that.
With a magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of a Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become.
There's no actual platform in this game. He just jumps on his own. Unless a prompt appears, there's no buttons to push, unless you want to access your inventory. All right, we're out of here. Uh-oh.
In that split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
So this is the choice part of the game. So I'm gonna shoot the bell. Make him believe it's dinner time. Even though he had dinner right in front of him. What a pro. And that's just a small glimpse into the opening of this game.
My arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there's so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. How did you know shooting the bell would distract him?
Over the years, I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was very hungry. I, too, would be violently angry if I could only eat when my neglectful owner rang the bell. I know it was a sneaky trick, but I certainly wasn't going to set a dragon loose on the town or participate in any more abuse.
You really thought that through, Grandpa. I would have tricked him, too. Back home, they call me Gwendolyn the Smarty Pants.
You come from a long line of logically minded nobles, and one very clever dentist.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
Well, that was playing games with Kevin Jones, and this is King's Quest. What do I think of it? I think this game is a great foray back into the world of King's Quest without all the cluttered puzzle elements that they used to have in the games, and without that sloppy 3D kind of fighting game that they tried to put out a long time ago. I love the animation. It's really selling me. The voice acting is good. The puzzles are good. Hey, this could be a start of a new series of the games, but this is only the first chapter. They're releasing the episodic stuff, so I still have to wait for the rest of the episodes to come out. Much like Walking Dead and all those games, there might be some hit and miss chapters, but since this game is focused mostly on actual gameplay, I don't see that being a problem. But anyway, this has been Kevin Jones holding it down for the Citadel, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Playing Games. Later.